So welcome to a little bit of a Just Out Adventures adventure. I'm out on the old Triumph Tiger here, our XRT. She's an 800cc triple engine, and I've just come out to test the action camera and see what it's like on the bike. I'm going to head back now out onto the main road, which is going to get us up to about 60 miles an hour. Then I'm going to head back down some twisty bendy roads, so if you're on the 360 you can have a look round, and if you're on the action camera you can stare at me or look forward depending on which way I've got the camera set up. But for now we need to get this thing fired up and get back onto the road and see if we can actually get this thing tested out or not. So hazards are off, let's turn them off. Camera is working, I've got the microphone set up. The action camera is actually inside my helmet and the 360 is underneath my collar. So I'm just very interested to see which one works and which one's going to be best. So we don't know, do we, until we get going. But let's just move these cars get away, and once these cars get away then we'll crack on and head off home and test them out. So I'm going to have to talk all the way back as well, because it's all about testing these microphones and making sure they work, because the idea is that we're going to do a little bit more adventure and play, and I want to be able to do it on whatever it is we've got to ride, whether it's a push bike, a mountain bike, the Tiger, or the motorbike, the Tiger, or even kayaks or paddle boards, so I need to make sure that everything seems to work the best we can. So I might pull up a little bit on the way back and just change the microphone to make sure that it's set up in a different way, because at the moment it looks like it's recording quite loudly. I can see on the front of the screen that the recording is up in the amber, and we could do with it just below the amber, and then I'll turn it up when I get home hopefully. So when I talk quite loudly, that's for the Osmo 360, the Action 360, or the Osmo 360, or even the Insta 360. I'm talking a bit louder because the microphone's inside the collar, and I just need to know whether it works and how it works, in all fairness. So I'm trying not to talk too loudly. The visor's halfway down at the moment. Let's get out onto the main road and we can have a bit of a look and a bit of a play. The boys are out, so the microphone really is touching my lips at the moment, so it really is quite close. I wonder if we can catch up with any of these boys down here. Probably not, but we're going to see if we can. Let's have a little look. I can see them up in front. Might better catch them for a few minutes. Let's go and have a look. Some lovely little bends coming up down here. I'm doing 60 miles an hour at the moment, thereabouts. This is a lovely bend coming up on us. You can see a bike coming the other direction as well. I used to play down here quite a lot, and it was nice back in the day when I had the other bike and I could feel quite confident on the ability of the bike. This one's not quite as agile as the last bike, but it's definitely one that I can have a bit of fun on without too much seriousness. So hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully the Insta 360 microphone's working okay, tucked down inside my collar. You never know, it might be. I'm sure there's quite a lot of wind noise from the one in the helmet though. But I have turned the volume down on the camera, so hopefully it's working alright. I can still see them lads up in front, but I don't think I'm going to catch them because I'm going to be turning right in a minute and going down the Fadley bends. So I do enjoy getting out on the bike. It's something I used to really enjoy in the past, but I just grew to not get out on it. I grew to going out in the camper van rather than out on the bike, so it's a bit of a shame really. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit more of this and get out and drive around and show you the countryside, because it's a lovely place out there. Them bikes are getting closer though. Let's see if we can catch them. Going to catch the big boys. We're up with our little classic guy. That's an old one, he's got a black number plate. That's a really old one, that one. He's probably had that bike for many years. But I'm not going to go too mad down here because I'm going to be turning right in a minute, and then it's just going to upset everybody. When we turn right, it's called Fadley. It's the Fadley Bends. It's an absolutely stunning twisty road and bendy road. So the lorry's going that way, so hopefully I can get past that lorry once we turn, because we need a clear road to enjoy this. And it is only going to be a short video, a little 10-minute one, just of the journey back, whether you're on the 360 watching it or whether you're on this one watching it. At least on the 360, if you're watching it on the 360, you'll be able to spin round and have a look different directions. You can look back at me, or you can spin the camera around and look back at the road itself, with the cars coming past and stuff like that, or to the views to where we're going. You can have a good look round. So let's even get past this lorry, because he's going to spoil my view otherwise. Should be alright. No farmers. Just ease it off on this bit here, just make sure I can see over the top. Yeah, I can see. We're okay. Get past that lorry, at least I can see the road up in front then. Quite a twisty road, this one. It goes sort of left and right quite a bit, but if I'm stuck behind cars, I'm not going to be able to go at full speed, or not full speed at least, but go at a comfortable speed. I have to go at the car speed. But it is a lovely bendy road. It just leans round to the left, then it leans round to the right and stuff like that. So yeah, just enjoy this road on the way back, and I'll talk to you when it gets a bit straighter. If you're on the 360, make sure you switch between front and back, and we'll try and make our way through these cars and see if we can pick off one or two of these when we get safe to do so. I know this road relatively well, and we should be okay. Should be able to get another one just round this bend. I should be able to pick off another one, and hopefully we get a clear run. Just let these cars get out of the way, see if we can nip through and get one more. Well, we're not going to make it before the white line, so we'll have to hold back a sec. If that white car wasn't there, I could have probably had another one then, but you just got to weigh it up. This bike isn't super fast, it's just quick enough to have some fun on, but it's not riddled with power like my old bike. Something's just flowed into me as well. I don't know if it was a bee or something, but something just hit me in the shoulder. So it goes a bit twisty and tight around these ones. I might get a little break in a minute just to squeeze past another one. Road surface could do with a bit of a lick of tarmac. This is an electric car in front, and they're quite quick, because the already Explorer's got an electric car, and I drive hers. I'm quite impressed on how quick they are, so I don't want to underestimate that thing. As you can see, this road just rolls left and right, and it is just a lovely little one to play on. Lots of things flicking up and hitting me in the face in the visor, I know that. And we're into a 40 now. Be nice if I could just roll past one of these in the 40, if I can. We're only doing 30 at the moment, so if I can roll past one, we'll see if we can get the speed down coming out the other side, because it's a nice little, you sort of fire out the 40 into the 60, and it's quite a nice one. Oh, we've got a car just pulled out, making it harder for us. They're not letting us play today, are they? But I'm interested to see what the camera's working like, whether the volume's working okay. The Action camera should be quite straightforward, or you know, pick it up on the Insta360. I'll put both of them up so you can have a look. Hopefully the volume's okay for you and you'll be able to see what I'm doing on both of them. The 360 I want to try and use more as I go forward, because it's going to give you a lot more to play with. The only problem is I've got to do long videos and record everything, because you can't really record just the small bits. I was going to go past him then, but I thought better of it. We'll have a look the other side. I might have to go for a play the other direction if I need to, because we're doing about 30 at the moment, so the volume should be okay at 30. Like I say, I'm interested about the 360 volume. If that's working okay, give me a thumbs up, because that's tucked down inside my collar at the moment. It's sort of underneath this lot here. Hopefully the wind's out of the way and just you can hear it, sort of the noise coming through my neck rather than out of my mouth. That's what I was hoping with that one. And then the action camera, that's tucked up inside the helmet. It's on a little magnet inside. See if I can get past these two. Oh, here we go. There we go, get past them two. That's a nice little squirt out of that one. And then we've got a bit of a bend here. So we'll lean it round and hope there's nothing on the other side. Always live in hope on a bike. There we go, squeeze it out the other side. Lovely job. We're only going to get a short bit before it goes into a 30 mile an hour. But you can see up in front, we've got another car and a bike, and he's braking. Bike's turning left, that's why. So we're going to end up coming down to a 30 in a minute. So we'll have to be good. I might just be able to get past him just before the 30 bend, just around the bend up in front. It's going to give us a slight view. I'll lean over to the left so I can see further around the road, and then we can just squeeze it in there until we hit the 30 limit coming up. The bike's really nice, you know, you can just roll on the power and just squirt it out where you need to. Like I say, this isn't an overly powered bike, it's only an 800cc triple Triumph Tiger adventure bike, but you know, in the lower gears it's definitely got some roll on, roll off power. I just wouldn't go out my way to try and pick on any sports bikes. I'd like to do a bit of off-roading, I must admit, and see if I can take it off-road a little bit, but I don't suppose there's much chance of that. Just going over the canal bridge now. The canal down the left there. We've got lots of canals around where I live. We've got canals, we've got a river, we've got a little lake. It's a lovely little town. Nice and quiet. Was out last night with Marta, walking around town getting some fish and chips. Well, we had some chips and curry, and we had a sit down and enjoyed them, watching the kids messing around in the town. I know, strange things. Right, let's go down to the traffic lights, and we'll have one more play down the back road to Winsford, and then we'll take the bike home. It's just nice being out on the bike, but riding around at these sort of speeds is all well and good, but it's not giving me any sort of slow control. It's the slow control stuff I'd like to learn more of and get my abilities up better, because of slow control it's much harder to control a bike, trying to do U-turns and trying to turn in little circles and stuff like that. It's very much harder on a bigger bike. I can do it quite easily on my push bike, you know, that's not a problem, but on the big thing, yeah, it takes a little bit of ability. I take my hat off to some of these guys that can do it easily. High speed and the big cornering stuff I feel okay on, you know, as long as you're not going too stupid. Right, we'll get through the lights, we'll go down to the next little roundabout, we'll turn a left down there and we'll go down the back roads to Winsford. I think I'll swap the microphones over just to see if there's any difference on the two microphones. Oh, we're going to have to stop at the lights. I know this is very boring watching the traffic go by, but this is what you have to do when you set at the traffic lights. At least I can find out where the microphone's working. That's a lovely bike. That is a really nice bike. I think that's the 1350 Adventure BMW, the new one they've just brought out. That's about £23,000, I think. It's an extremely expensive bike, but very capable if you know how to ride it. Sort of a dream bike for me in a way. I kind of almost love to own one of them, but I'm not sure whether I'm too short to ride it. You have to have a lot of confidence if you're a short person. And don't get me wrong, I'm quite a confident person riding the bikes, but like I said, that slow control and the being able to get on and off and putting your feet down, that's when it's a bit of a game changer. It's a big old camper van, that is, as well. Yeah, very boring at the traffic lights, ever so sorry. It's quite a big set of traffic lights this is. I see it every day for work. We just got to wait for this one forwards to stop, and then we get the one from the right's going to come through, and only be a couple of cars. And we'll just keep an eye on the lights. I can see them just over the other side. When they go to amber, I'll get it back in gear and we'll get going. Bit of a technique. Here we go. Right. Oh, there's always one car that always pulls out in front of you, isn't there? Right, we'll go down here. There's a little lay-by down here. I might just pull into the lay-by and swap the mics over. So it was all a bit of a test, just to make sure everything works okay. Just interested to see where the best place to put the microphone is. I may end up completely scrapping these videos altogether if it doesn't work. I know that my helmet's quite noisy. I've got a lot of wind noise, so I'm gathering you're getting the wind noise as well. So it is about trying to work out where the best volume is, how to set the thing up to get it to work properly. But I'm hoping it is working, because this is definitely something I'd like to do. Take the bike out for a ride one Saturday or Sunday, take you into North Wales, take you up to the Peak District or Lake District, have a ride round, show you the hills and the views and all the exciting stuff, and then maybe even do a little bit of wild swimming, take the swimmers with us, go in the water in the summertime. I know Marta wants to do it. We did it once before. We went out, we rode over to Bala. Not long after I got the bike. Marta's never really been on a bike much, so I decided to take her for a spin. We rode over to Bala, nice ride into North Wales, and when we got there we had our swimmers with us, went down to the lake, got in the lake, had a bit of a swim and a paddle in the lake, then got back on the bike and rode home. Very, very, very nice. In fact, I really enjoyed that day. It was fun. It was fun, and I was very negative about it at first. I said to Mark, you can't do things like that, you know, on the bike you've got to just concentrate on the bike. But you know what, with having the panniers on the side, you know, because the boxes that go down on the side and everything, it seemed to work quite nicely. So I'm going to hang a left here, and then I'll probably pull up and change these microphones over, and then we'll go for a bit of a play. Unless I go down to the end of the road first. I might just have a bit of a waddle down the end of the road first, down to the little village at the end, and then I'll have a play on the way back. This is where the college is, so you just got to be a little bit careful of traffic pulling out. You've got the back of the Rees College. There's a cyclist here as well, so just have to be a bit careful. And once you get this out of the way, then we can have a bit of a ride down the road. Again, this is another one of those quite challenging, twisty little roads further down once you're heading into Winsford. There's some lovely little bits to have a bit of a play on. The other thing I've got to do as well is work out how loud to talk. You know, am I okay talking at this volume, which is relatively quiet? I'm only sort of not whispering, but I've just got a very normal, okay voice on. Or whether you want me to talk a little bit louder, you know, where I'm sort of half shouting to overcome the actual sound going on that's coming out the other side. See if I can get past his car. I've got to get past him. Here we go. Let's have him out of the way. The bend coming up here, and I want to go around the bend in my control, not his control. Just lean the bike over and just roll around it. Oh, it feels so nice. And then it goes back round to the left. Getting back into the biking stuff, you know, it is. I'm very conscious that I've not been on bikes for sort of 8 years, but I'm actually a relatively confident rider anyway, and it seemed to come back to me quite fluently, the normal speeds. It's just the high speed stuff I've got to be careful of. And I've also got to tighten this microphone up as well. Got to tighten the camera up because she seems to be just tilting forward every so often when I go over a bump, so I just need to do the Allen keys up a little bit. So I think we'll get through this 30 limit and then we'll definitely find somewhere to pull over, change the microphone around maybe, and just see if it'll work any better. I'm hoping that the one in the helmet's going to be the place to be, and if I can get them both in the helmet then that'd be better still. Oh, I just got a whiff of a burger then. Right, the video's creeping up to 21 minutes, 22 minutes, so I think I'll pull up down here. I might even turn the bike round and go back the other way and switch it off, but this bit up in front is quite fun, so I might just take you down here first. How's that 360 doing? Hopefully that's working quite nicely. Hopefully you're getting some volume off the collar. If you are, then you should be getting a good view up in front. Just see if I can get past this car. So if you wave the camera around and slide it up in front, you'll be able to see that van up in front of me. And if I get opportunity in a minute, I'm going to pick him off so I can carry on down through these nice little bendy roads. Oh, not got a chance there, no, we've got cars coming the other way, and then we've got the canal bridge just here, so let's get over the canal bridge and maybe the other side of the canal bridge. No, I'm not waving you past on this bridge. I'll wait until we get over the top. Had his hand out the window then, but that was a bit too risque. Okay, let's get over this bridge and then maybe we can have a little bit of a look past getting past him once we get round this bend. There we go. You don't have to rush on a bike, you can go round them when you feel the need to. There's no point in going mad. You've got plenty of power. Fit through the smaller gaps as well, so why push it and rush? Why not just take your time and overtake when you can, when it's safe to do so. This little bit here, I love this little bit here. It's a bit like a fairground ride. You sort of go down and round. Coming back the other way as well, it's just as good. See, it comes down here, comes round the bend, and then it sort of drops down there. The camera was moving then when it drops down there and goes round the bend. See, I'm very aware that the camera is moving a little bit, so I need to tighten that up so you can get a better view. You should be alright then. Let's go down. The 360 camera seems to be pretty good, it seems to be quite stable. It's clamped on in a couple of places, so that should be quite okay where it is. You moved again, let's put you back down. Definitely when I go around the bends, it's definitely bouncing a little bit. If you get hit a bit of a pothole or something, it just tips the camera over, so it does need stiffening up a little. Right, I think we'll turn around down here and go back up and head back down the road if we can. Just come around the little roundabout. I think we'll go round the roundabout and straight back up the hill if we can do that without upsetting too many people. Around the roundabout, all the way round. I knew he was going to do that. It's alright, I'll let him off. Weren't expecting me to go all the way around, was he? Right, let's get back. How's the microphone with the visor open? If I've got the visor open, I'm sure the volumes are a lot different because you've got wind coming in the top as well, haven't you? We've got this nice little sunshade we can put down and have the visor open. We can go all military looking. Looks like we're driving a fighter jet when we've got this little visor down. Wind wind's coming in my visor, I've got the wind in my face, which is really, really nice. I love having that air blowing around my cheeks when it's not too warm. Let's put the visor back down, just in case we get a big stone coming through and get that dark visor up, because I need to be able to see where I'm going. But here we go, going through those bends again. Back through the bend, this time I've got a car in front of me, but hopefully I can get past him in a sec. But this is that bit where you go down the dip, and come back out the dip, goes round to the right, up the road. He wants to drive quick, this car, but he's not very good. He's going to hit the brakes again in a minute. He's a bit ginger with it. Whether it's because I'm behind him or not, I don't know, but I'm going to blast past him in a moment. So he's braking on the bend rather than slowing down, changing the gear. If we get past him, get round this bend, I should be able to get past him. On the next bend then, the next bend. No need to brake really in the car on that. And I've got people in my way now, haven't I? Oh, I'm not going to get past them. Especially when you're going over the canal bridge, you need to make sure nothing's coming the other direction, because I'll fit, but they might not fit. And if they don't fit, it becomes a bit of a problem then. Right, let's just see if I can get past these three up here. There's one last play on the way back. Yeah, we can have two. We can think about it. We can think about it. Yeah, we'll have that one as well. There we go. That's the beauty of having a bike. Little gaps to squeeze in. If a car had come along then, I could have tucked in behind that van. Got to be careful, make sure no one's going to cut the corner and no tracks around there. There's a tractor. You've always got to be careful with them tractors. They take up a lot of road and they appear from nowhere out the bushes. Lovely little road round this bend. Over the canal bridge and goes back into a 30 then. There we go. Right, so just a canal bridge to do. And then I'm going to say goodbye. Let's just get over here so I can see what I'm doing. Over the top of the canal bridge, and we're in a 30 now, so we need to slow down. Woo! That was good. Right. So, don't forget, like and subscribe. Give us that thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and if the microphone works okay, if you're happy with the volume, if you're happy with the sound, please let me know, and I will proceed to do a little bit more. But until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget, give us that thumbs up, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next adventure, because we've got some epic ones coming out soon. We've got the Faroe Islands coming out, Ireland's just been out, we've got Norway coming out. Yeah, it's going to be good. See you soon, guys.